All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dinner Theater. My name is Mr. Allen, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this show to you with the help of all my wonderful students, my technical theater students, my acting students, and of course the amazing parents. Yeah. There are parents back there working so hard, getting all this food out to you. How's the food so far? Well, just so you know, we're actually not making it. It is being prepared and brought to us by La Dulce here in La Jolla. And they just told me that if you mention La Jolla High School at your next meal, you will get 20% off your meal. That's a pretty good price, right? So do take advantage of that, okay? Go down there and have some wonderful Italian food and pay less for it. Let's see, so tonight, Twilight Zone. Our next production is going to be The Haunt, Nightmare on Nautilus, and it's happening October 29th. It's an incredible haunted house experience. It's only $7. Come and see that. That's a Saturday, October 29th. After that, we are doing an adaptation of Breakfast Club, the movie, parody of it, if you will, and we're going to be doing it in our library. So if you know the movie, it takes place in the library. We're doing it in the library. And then, of course, our musical this year is Beauty and the Beast. And that will be going on in May. All right? So I hope to see you all back for all those events. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Twilight Zone.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is a middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition. It lay between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the world of imagination. It's an area which we call the Twilight Zone. Maple Street, USA, early fall. A tree-lined little world of front porch colliders, hopscotch, the sound of children's laughter, the bell of the ice cream vendor. At the sound of the roar and flash of light, it will be precisely 6:43 p.m. on Maple Street.
What was that? A meteor?
Looks like it. I didn't hear any crash though, did you?
Nope, I didn't hear anything except a roar.
Stevie, what was that?
I guess it was a meteor, sis. It came awful close though, didn't it?
Oh, too close for my money. Much too close.
Maple Street, 6:44 p.m. on a late October evening. Maple Street, in the last calm and reflective moments before the monsters came.
Maybe the operator. If he's the operator, something wrong with my phone. Stevie, the power's off. I had to zoom on the stove and the stove just stopped working.
Same thing over here. I can't get anybody on the phone either. The phone seems to be dead.
The electricity's off.
Oh, Lord. I can't get a thing on the radio.
My power mower won't move. It won't work at all.
And my radio's gone dead. Look, I'll
I'll cut through the backyard, see if the power's still on the street. I'll be right back.
It doesn't make sense. Why should the power go off all of a sudden? And the phone line?
Maybe some sort of an electrical storm or something?
That don't seem likely. I mean, the sky just blue as anything. Not a cloud, no thunder, no lightning, no nothing. How could it be a storm?
I still can't get a thing on this radio.
Why don't we go in town and check with the police? They'll probably think we're crazy or something. Little power failure right away, we get all flustered and everything.
Well, but it isn't just a power failure, Charlie. If it was, we'd still be able to get the broadcast on the port. I'll run downtown and I'll get this set. Let me get my car started. I don't understand. It was working fine before.
Out of gas?
I just had it for luck.
What's it make?
Just if everything had stopped. We better walk downtown.
The two of us can go, Charlie. Couldn't be a meteor. Meteor. Wait, do this.
Miss Brand, you better not.
Why not?
They don't want you to.
Who doesn't want us to?
Them.
Them?
Well, who are them?
Whoever was in that thing that came by overhead.
What?
Whoever was in that thing. I don't think they want us to leave here.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
They don't want us to leave. That's why they shut everything off.
What makes you say that, kid? What gave you that idea?
Now, isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard? It's always that way. And every story I've ever read about a ship landing from outer space.
From outer space. Sally, you better get that girl of yours up to bed. She's been reading too many comic books or seeing too many movies or something.
Tammy, come over here and stop that kind of talk.
Go ahead, Tammy. And you'll see. That wasn't any ship or anything like it. That was a meteor. Likely as not. But for sure it did have something to do with it. The power failure and the rest of it. Meteors can do some crazy things, like sunspots.
Sure, that's the kind of thing. Like sunspots. The rays came to the radio reception all over the world. This thing being so close, there's no telling what it could do. Go ahead, Charlie. You and Stevie go downtown and see if that isn't what's causing it all.
Miss Brand, please don't leave here. You might not even be able to get to town. It was that way in the story. Nobody could leave except
who?
Except the people they sent down ahead of them. They looked just like humans. And it wasn't until the ship landed that. Please, honey, don't talk that way.
Hey, shouldn't talk that way. We shouldn't stand here and listen. What? This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Kid tells us a comic book plot and we stand here and listen.
I'm gonna go and try my car.
Tammy, what kind of story was this? What about the people they sent out ahead of them?
That was the way they prepared things for the landing. They sent down 4 people. A mother, a father, and 2 kids who looked just like humans. Except they weren't.
Well, I guess what we gotta do is run a check in the neighborhood and see which one of us are really human.
Well, there must be something better than to make bum jokes about it. You know, I wonder if Floral Street's got the same deal we got. Where's Pam Van anyway? Didn't she get back yet?
Can you get it started, Liz?
No dice.
He got his car started somehow. He got his car started! How come his car just up and started like that?
All by itself. He wasn't anywhere near to start it all by itself.
He never did come to look at the thing that flew by overhead. It's like he wasn't even interested. Why? Why didn't he come out to look with the rest of us?
He always was an oddball. Him and his whole family. Real oddball.
What do you say we ask?
Wait. Let's not be a mob. Okay?
I just don't understand it. I tried to start it and it wouldn't start. You saw me. All of you saw me.
I don't understand. I swear, I don't understand what's happening.
Maybe you better tell us. Nothing's working on this street. No lights, no power, no radio. Nothing except one car. Yours.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you keep your distance, all of you. So I've got a car that starts by itself. Well, it's a free thing, I'll admit it. But does that make me some kind of criminal or something? I don't know why the car works, it just does.
Look, we're all in a monster cave, Les. It seems that the general impression is that one family isn't what we think they are. Different than us. Monsters from outer space. Fit colonists from the vast beyond. You know anyone who might fit the description around here on Maple Street?
What is this, a gag? Practical joke or something?
Now, I suppose that's supposed to incriminate me. The car goes on and off. That really does it, doesn't it? I just don't understand this. Look, you all know me. We've lived here for 5 years, right in this house. We're no different than the rest of you. We're no different at all. Really, this whole thing, it's just weird.
Well, if that's the case, Les could
Explain what?
Let's just forget
No,
this.
go ahead. Let her talk. What about it? Explain what?
Well, sometimes I go to bed late at night. A couple of times I'd come out on the porch and I'd see Mr. Goodman here in the wee hours of the morning, standing out in front of his house, looking up at the sky. That's right, looking up at the sky as if he were waiting for something, as if he were looking for something.
You know, really, this is for laughs. You know what he's guilty of? He's guilty of insomnia. Now, what's the penalty for insomnia?
Did you hear what she said? She just said it was insomnia. She just said it was insomnia! You fools! You scared, frightened rabbits! You're sick people! You know that? You're sick people! All of you! You don't even know where you're starting here because let me tell you, this thing you're starting, that should frighten you. Oh, as God is my witness, you're letting something you can't hear, it's a nightmare!
Travis is here right now. Keeping watch on them? Why, he is right when he said he was one of our neighbors. Why, I've known Evan Goodman ever since they moved in. And we've been good friends.
Well, that don't prove a thing. Any guy who spent his time early in the morning looking up at the sky, there's something wrong with that kind of person. Something that ain't legitimate. I mean, maybe under normal circumstances, we could let it go by, but these aren't normal circumstances. I mean, look at the street. It's completely empty. It's like going back into the Dark Ages or something.
Look, I'll get this set. Just give me a second.
Just stay right where you are, Stevie. Look, we don't want any trouble, but if anyone sets a foot on my porch, that's what they're gonna get. Trouble.
Look, Les,
I already explained it to you people. I don't sleep very well at night sometimes. I get up, I take a walk, I look up at the sky, I look up at the stars.
That's exactly what he does. Why, this whole thing is some kind of madness or
That's
something.
exactly what it is, some kind of madness or something.
You know, you best watch your scene with Stevie, so we get this whole situation straightened out. You ain't exactly above suspicion yourself.
Or you, Charlie, or any of us as it seems, from age 8 on up.
What I'd like to know is, what are we gonna do? Just stand around here all night?
There's nothing else we can do. One of you will take your hand. You've got to.
There's something you can do, Charlie. You can shut up and keep your mouth shut. You quit strutting around like a self-appointed hanging judge and climb into bed and forget it!
You know, you sound really anxious to have that happen, Stevie. I think we better keep our eye on you, too.
I think everything might as well come out now. Your sister has done plenty of talking, Stevie, about how odd you are.
Well, go ahead. Tell us what you said.
Go ahead. What's my sister said? Let's get it all out. Let's pick out every idiosyncrasy of every man, woman, and child on the street. And then we might as well do some kind of kangaroo court up. How about a firing squad at dawn, Charlie? Take all your suspects, narrow them down, and make it easier for you.
There's no need getting so upset, Stevie. It's just Myra's talked about how you spent hours down in the basement working on some sort of radio or something. None of us have ever seen that radio.
Well, go ahead, Stevie. What kind of radio set you working on? I've never seen it. Neither has anybody else. Who do you talk to on that radio set? Who talks to you?
I'm sick of that. Who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? I talk to monsters from outer space. I talk to 3-headed green men that fly in here while look at meteors! Stevie!
just a ham radio set. A lot of people have them. And I can show it to you. It's right down in our basement.
Show them nothing! If you want to look inside our house, you better get a warrant.
Look, buddy, you can't afford to.
Don't tell me what I can't afford, who's good, who's bad, who's evil, and who's a menace. And all of you! You're wicked too! You're setting yourself to crucify. You're all set to find a scapegoat. You're all set to point some kind of finger at a neighbor. Well, friends, the only thing that's gonna happen is that we'll eat each other alive.
That's not the only thing that happened to us.
It's the monster! It's the monster!
You made me
A
this.
gun? What could a gun do?
No more talk, Stevie. You're gonna talk us into a grave. Lift about to walk right over us, wouldn't you? Well, some of us won't.
Oh my god, it's Pam Van Horn!
Pam Van Horn? She was just gonna go over to the next block to see if the power was on.
You killed her, Sean. You shot her dead!
But I didn't know who she was. I swear I didn't know who she was. She comes walking out of the darkness. How am I supposed to know who she was? Look, Stevie, you know why I shot. How was I supposed to know she wasn't a monster or something? Look, we're all scared of the same thing. I was just trying to protect my home, that's all. Look, all of you, that's all I was trying to do. I didn't know it was somebody we knew. I didn't know.
Charlie, the lights just went on in your house. Why did the lights just go on?
What about it, Charlie? How come you're the only one with lights now?
That's what I'd like to know.
Aha! You were so quick to kill Charlie, and you're so quick to tell us who we have to be careful of. Well, maybe he had to kill. Maybe Pamela found out something. Maybe she found something out and came back to tell us who there was amongst us. Who
No, it's nothing of the sort. Look, I don't know why the lights are on. I swear I don't know why the lights are on. Look, somebody's pulling a gag or
A
something.
gag? A gag, Charlie! There's a dead woman in the sidewalk and you killed her! Does this look like a gag to you?
No, please!
You can get away from me right now.
Look, it isn't me. But I do know who it is. I know who the monster is. I know who it is who doesn't belong. I swear to you, I know.
What are you waiting for?
Come on, Charlie, come on! Who is it, Charlie? Tell us.
All right, Charlie, let's hear it.
It's
Go ahead, Charlie, tell us.
It's the kid! It's Tammy! She's the one!
That's crazy! She's a little girl!
And she knew. She was the only one who knew. Well, how did she know? How could she have known?
Wait. What about Goodman's car?
It was Charlie who killed Pam Van Horn. But it was the kid here who knew what was going to happen all the time. She was the one who knew.
You've all gone crazy! Just stop! Come on,
Understand the procedure now? Just stop a few of your machines, and radios, and telephones, and lawnmowers. Throw them into darkness for a few hours, and then you just sit back and watch them.
And this pattern is always the same.
With few variations. They pick the most dangerous enemy they can find. And it's themselves. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
And I take it this place, this Maple Street, is not unique.
By no means. Their world is full of maple streets. And we'll go from one to the other and let them destroy themselves. One to the other, one to the other, one to the other.
The tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs, explosions, and fallout. There are other weapons. They're simply thoughts, attitudes, and prejudices that exist only in the minds of men. For the record, prejudices can kill, and suspicion can destroy. And a thoughtless, frightened search for a scapegoat can have a fallout all of its own. For the children and the children yet unborn. The pity of it is, these things cannot be confined to the Twilight Zone. Imagine, if you will, a dungeon made out of mountains, salt flats, and sand that stretches to infinity. This dungeon has an inmate, James A. Corey. This is his residence, an old metal shack. An old touring car squats in the sun, goes nowhere. There is nowhere to go. For the record, let it be known James A. Corey is a convicted criminal, serving solitary confinement. Confinement in this case stretches as far as the eye can see, because this particular dungeon is on an asteroid 9 million miles from Earth. Witness, if you will, a man's mind and body shriveling in the sun. Witness, if you will, a man dying from loneliness.
Entry, 15th day, 6th month, the year 4. All the days, months, and years the same. There'll be a supply ship coming soon, I think. You're either due or you're overdue. I hope it's Allenby's ship, because he's a decent man. He brings things for me. He brought in that, parts to that antique automobile. I'm here putting that thing together, such as it is. Whole year putting an old car together. Thank God for that car, and the hours it used up, the weeks and the days. You look out there and you know it's real. Reality is what I need. Because what else is there to believe in? The desert and the wind, the silence, or myself? Can I believe in myself anymore? Disjointed thought, I'm crazy. But maybe I'll become like that car, inanimate, just an item sitting in the sand. And then, would I feel loneliness? Would I feel misery? I wonder.
How are you, Corey?
All right.
Quite a place you got here, Corey.
Glad you like it.
I didn't say I liked it. I think it stinks.
You have to live here, do ya?
No, but I've got to come back here 4 times a year, and that's 8 months out of 12, Corey, away from Earth. Sometimes my kids don't even recognize me when I come home.
Sorry.
I bet you are. But you've got it made, don't you, Corey? Makes for simple living, doesn't it? This is Corey's kingdom, right here. 6,000 miles north to south, 4,000 miles east to west. And all of it is just like this.
Back off, Adams. We've only got a 15-minute layover, Corey.
No one's checking your schedule out here. I don't have a game of cards or something.
I'm sorry, Corey. This isn't an arbitrary decision. If we delay our time of departure any more than 15 minutes, that'll place us in a different orbital position. We'd never make it back to Earth. We'd have to stay here at least another 14 days before this place was in position again.
So, 14 days? I don't have some ball. We got some cards we play. I got some beer saved up. Tell me what's going on back there.
I'm sorry, Corey. We've only got 15 minutes.
What's a couple days to you? Card games? What about you guys? You think I'd murder you over a bad hand or something?
I'm sorry, Corey. We're on a tight schedule.
Alright. 2 minutes gone now. 13 left. Wouldn't want to foul up your schedule, Allenby. Not for a few lousy game of cards and crummy beer. That's Allenby. Not the part.
You're out of luck, Corey. Sentence reads 50 years, and they're not even reviewing the cases of homicide. You've been here 4 now, that makes 46 to go, so better get comfortable, Dad. Huh?
Adams! I'm sorry, Corey. Unfortunately, we don't make the rules. All we do is bring you supplies and pass on information. I told you last time, there's been a lot of pressure back home about this kind of punishment. There are a whole lot of people who think it's unnecessarily cruel. Well, who knows what the next couple of years will bring. They may change their minds, alter the law, imprison you back on Earth, like the old days.
I have to tell you something. Every morning, I wake up and I tell myself, this is the last day of sanity. I won't be able to live another day of this loneliness. By noon, when I can't keep my fingers still, the inside of my mouth feels like burnt copper and gunpowder. I've got this ache deep inside my gut that just won't go away. It seems to be crawling all over the inside of me, prickling at me, trying to make chunks out of me. And I think, one more day, just hold out. But I can't keep doing that day after day. For the next 46 years, I'll lose my mind, Allenby.
You're breaking my heart.
Easy, Corey. Easy.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about going off my rocker, Corey. It's already happened. Stir crazy, that's what they used to call it. Well, that's what you are now. Stir crazy.
Back off, Adams! You and Carstairs go back to the ship and get the supplies. Bring them back here.
Mr. Corey has a broken leg or something?
Go ahead. Do as I tell you. And the big crate with the red tag, handle that one gently. How about the use of this buggy there? Some of this stuff's heavy.
It's not running today.
It isn't running today? What's the matter, Corey? Use it too much, do you? You know, there are so many places a guy can get out there. There's the country club over that mound there, and the seashore's over that way, and the drive-in theater. That's someplace around here, isn't it, Corey?
Knock it off, Adams! And go get the stuff. Glasses?
Paper cups, top shelf.
I've got some more on board. They'll be bringing it over. Brought you some magazines, too. Strictly on my own.
Thanks.
And some old vintage movies. Science fiction stuff. You'll get a kick out of it. And I brought you something else, Corey. It'd be my job if they suspected. It'd be my neck if they found out for sure.
Me, I don't want gifts now. Tidbits. It makes me feel like an animal in a cage. There's a nice old lady out there who wants to throw peanuts at me. Pardon, Allaby. That's the only gift I want. I'm not a murderer. I killed in self-defense. And a lot of people seem to believe me. And it happens to be the truth. I killed in self-defense.
I know, Corey. I know all about it. I doubt it'll be much consolation, but it isn't easy handling this kind of assignment. Having to stop here 4 times a year just to look at a man's anatomy.
You're right. Such precious little consolation.
Well, I can't bring you freedom, Corey. All I can do, is bring you things to help you keep your sanity. Something, anything, to fight the loneliness.
You want this big crate opened up, Captain?
Not yet! Give me some time! I'll be ready in a minute!
All right. I'll bite. What's the present? What is it? It's 20 years supply of puzzles. I have to decline with thanks. I don't need puzzles, Allenby. If I want to probe any mysteries, I'll look in the mirror and try to figure out my own.
Captain, it's getting late!
I've got to go now. We'll be back in 3 months. Are you listening to me, Corey? This is important. When you open up the large crate, there's nothing you need to do. The item has been carefully packed. It needs no activator of any kind. The air will do that just fine. There'll be a booklet inside too. That'll answer any of your questions.
You're mysterious as hell.
I don't mean to be, but it's just like I told you though. I'm risking a lot to have this brought here. They don't know what it is I brought, so I'd appreciate your waiting till we get out of sight.
Okay. Have a good trip back. In my regards to Broadway and every other place while I'm at it.
Sure, Corey. I'll see you. Careful now. Right, carefully.
Captain, just soldier to soldier, huh?
What?
What did you bring him? What's in the box?
I'm not sure, really. Maybe it's just an illusion. Or maybe it's his salvation. Yeah? Corey, you're gonna need these.
Allenby, I don't much care for what it is, but for the thought of it, decency, I thank you.
You're quite welcome, Corey.
You are now the proud owner of a robot built in the form of a woman? To all intent and purposes, this creature is a woman. Psychologically and physiologically, she is a human being with a set of emotions, memory tract, the ability to reason, to think, to speak. She is beyond illnesses and under normal circumstances should have a lifespan similar to that of a comparable human being. Her name is Alicia.
Go on. Get out of here! I don't want a machine in here! Get out!
I brought you some water. Where shall I put it?
Set it there. Get out.
It will get warm just sitting there.
You know, huh?
I can feel thirst.
Oh, yeah? What else can you do?
I don't understand.
Well, I suppose you can feel heat and cold. What about pain? Can you feel pain?
That too.
How? You're a machine, aren't you?
Yes.
Of course you are. So why didn't they build you to look like a machine? Why didn't they build you out of metal with nuts and bolts, wires and electrodes and things like that? Why did they turn you into this lie? Why did they cover your face with what looks like flesh? Why did they give you a face? A face that, if I stare at long enough, makes me think. You believe me, I know. You mock me, you know that. When you look at me, when you talk to me, I'm being mocked.
Sorry, Corey. You hurt me, Corey.
Hurt you? How could I hurt you? This isn't flesh. There aren't any nerves under there, any tendons or muscles. You know what you are? You're like that broken down heap I've got sitting in the yard with arms and legs instead of wheels. But that heap doesn't mock me like you do. It doesn't look at me with your make-believe eyes and talk to me with your make-believe voice. Well, listen, you machine. I'm tired of being mocked by a ghost, by a reminder of a woman, and that's all you are to me. You're a reminder that I'm so lonely I'm gonna lose my mind. You can cry too.
When I'm sad, and I can feel lonely, just like you.
Let me make my dinner. Do you eat?
Yes.
Alicia. I don't care how you were born or made. You'll be flesh and blood to me. You'll be a woman. You're my companion, Alicia. I need you desperately.
And I need you, Corey.
Alicia has been with me for 11 months now. Twice when Allenby has brought the ship, I've hidden her so that the others couldn't see. I've seen the same question in Allenby's eyes each time. It's a question I have myself. It's difficult to describe. It's been sum total of a very strange and bizarre relationship. Is it man and woman? Man and machine? There are times when I know that Alicia is simply an extension of myself. I hear my emotions coming from her, my words, but I think I've reached the point where
I shall no longer analyze Alicia. I shall simply accept her as part of my life. An integral part. I'm not lonely any longer. Each day can be lived with. I love Alicia. Nothing else matters. Alicia, look! It's the star Betelgeuse. It's in the constellation of Orion. Oh, and there's the Great Bear with his pointer stars aligned with the Northern Star. Oh, and there's the constellation Hercules. You see, Alicia?
God's beauty.
That's right, Alicia. God's beauty.
That star, Corey. What's that star?
That's not a star. That's a ship.
A ship? There's no ship due here now, Corey. You said not for another.
It must be Allenby's ship. It's the only one that ever comes this close. They go to other asteroids and then they come here. We'll be here in a few minutes. I wonder why.
Corey, what's it mean?
Find out in a sec. We have to hide you.
Hello, Corey. We wondered where you were.
You have any trouble?
No, we have no trouble. This is a scheduled stop.
We've got good news for you, Corey.
Not interested.
Better hear what it is.
I'm not interested.
You will be. This I guarantee.
Can you give me a break, Allenby? I don't want any trouble.
We don't either.
He gets worse. If we come another month later, he'd be eating sand or something.
Corey, it's this way, Corey. All the sentences have been reviewed, and they've granted you a pardon. We're to take you back home on the ship, but we've got to take off from here in exactly 20 minutes. We've been dodging meteor storms all the way out, so we're almost out of fuel. Any longer than 20 minutes, and then, Corey, I don't think we'd ever make it.
What did you say? What did you say about the...
A pardon!
But it won't do any of us good unless you get your stuff together and get ready to move, Corey. We've picked up 7 other men off asteroids, and we've only got room for about 15 pounds of stuff. So you better pick up what you need in a hurry and leave the rest of it behind.
Such as it is.
My stuff? I don't even have 15 pounds of stuff. I have this shirt, these boots, a ledger, a pencil, a car you can leave here. That'll be for the next poor devil.
There won't be any next poor devil. There won't be any more exiles, Corey. This was the last time.
That's great, wonderful. Oh, thank God for that. Then we'll let it rest here then. The furthest auto graveyard in the universe. And Alicia and I will wave to it as we leave. We'll get in that ship of yours and look out the porthole and blow it a kiss goodbye. The car, the shack, the range, the salt flats, everything. Alicia and I will just...
Who, Corey?
Oh my dear God, I forgot her.
Allenby, it's Alicia.
He's out of his mind, isn't he?
Who's Alicia, Corey?
Who's Alicia? Adams, you idiot! You brought her in a box. She's a woman, but she's a robot, but she's closer to a woman. I tell you, she's like a woman. She's kind and she's gentle. Without her, I'd have been finished. I'd have given up. You only would have had to come back to bury me.
That's what you wouldn't let us look at? The crate with the red tag?
Sorry, Captain. I just had to let it out.
That's all right, Corey. That's all behind us. But unfortunately, that's not the problem.
Problems? There aren't any problems. There are no more problems left on heaven or earth. Alicia and I will get in that ship of yours, and when we get back to that beautiful green earth, we'll... 15 pounds? No, you have to have more room than that. Throw some equipment out. Throw anything out. Alicia weighs more than 15 pounds.
That's the point, Corey. We're stripped. We've got room for you and nothing else except for that ledger of yours and the pencil.
You don't understand. You can't just leave her here. If you leave her here, that's murder.
I'm sorry, Corey. I don't have any choice.
No, you don't understand. We can't just leave her behind. Alicia! Alicia, where are you? Alicia! Alicia!
Where is she, Corey?
I don't know, but when you see her, you'll know why you can't just abandon her.
Look, Corey, we just want to get you and your gear packed and get out of here.
We've only got about 10 minutes. How about it, Captain? Come on, Corey.
No, I'm not leaving, Allenby. I told you, I can't leave.
You don't understand. This is our last trip here. This is anybody's last trip here. That means if you stay here, you die here. that way, Corey, there'd be a day where you'd pray for that death to come quicker than it's bargained for.
I can't help it, Allenby. I can't just leave her here, and if you won't take her, that means I stay. Alicia! Alicia! Come out! Don't be afraid! Alicia!
Corey, listen to me! I saw this thing get crated, shoved into a box!
I don't care!
She's a machine, Corey! She's a motor with wires and tubes and batteries!
She's a woman!
Captain Allenby,
What?
we've got just 4 minutes left. We've got to stop. Wait longer than that, man. We'll move to a point too far out. I don't think we'll make it.
How about it, Captain Allenby? Leave him here.
No, we can't leave him here. Sick, mad, or half alive, we've got to bring him back. Those are the orders. Now it isn't just you, Corey. Now it's all of us. So that means we can't talk and we can't argue. We simply have to take
No,
you.
get off of me! Alicia! Alicia! Come out, talk to them! Tell them you're a woman!
Listen
Alicia!
to reason, Corey. You're not making any sense.
Corey? I'm here, Corey.
I'm sorry, Corey.
No,
I
no,
got
Allenby, no! She's keeping me! Allenby! Alicia! Alicia!
Corey? Corey? I love you.
It's gotta be now, Captain Allenby.
It will be now. Go back to the ship and prepare for takeoff. Come on, Corey. It's time to go home. It's all behind you now. All behind you. Like a bad dream. A nightmare. And when you wake up, you'll be on Earth. You'll be home. That's right. All you're leaving behind, Corey, is loneliness.
Loneliness?
Down below, on a microscopic piece of sand that floats through space, is a fragment of a man's life. Left to rust, the place he lived, the machines he used. Without use, they will disintegrate from the sands and the winds and the years that act upon them. All Mr. machines, including the one made in his image, kept alive by love, now obsolete in the Twilight Zone.
Is it night already?
It's 9:30.
What about the day?
What about it?
Was it a beautiful day? Was the sun out? Was it warm?
Kind of warm.
Clouds. Were there any clouds in the sky?
I suppose there were. I never was much for staring up at the sky all the time.
I used to look up at the clouds a lot. You stare at them long enough, they become things. You know what I mean? Ships, people, pastoral scenes, anything you want really if you stare at them long enough.
Time to take your temperature now.
wanted to look like a painting. Never even wanted to be loved. I just wanted people not to scream when they looked at me. When, nurse? When will they take the bandages off this time?
Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. You've been waiting so long now, it really doesn't make any difference whether it's 2 days or weeks now, does it? Dr. Bernardi, evening report on patient 307. Resting comfortably, no temperature change.
Thank you, nurse. I'll be in later.
Ever seen her face? 307? Indeed I have. If it were mine, I'd bury myself in a grave someplace. Poor thing. Some people want to live no matter what. Got a cigarette?
You have been introduced to Miss Janet Tyler, who lives in a very private world of darkness. A world whose dimensions are the size, thickness, and length of a swath of bandages cover her face. In a moment, we'll go back into this room, and also in a moment, we'll look under the bandages. Keeping in mind, of course, that we're not to be surprised by what we see. For this is not just a hospital, and this patient 307 is not just a woman. This happens to be the Twilight Zone. And Miss Janet Tyler, patient 307, with you, is about to enter it.
Come back about 11, nurse. Give her the prescribed sedative then.
All right, doctor.
Warm this evening, Tyler.
I thought it was. I couldn't be sure though.
Very well. You can take my word for it. We'll have those bandages off you very shortly. I expect they're uncomfortable.
I'm used to bandages on my face.
I've no doubt. This is your 9th visit here. It is the 9th.
The 11th. Sometimes I think I've lived my whole life inside a dark cave. The walls are gauze, and the wind that blows in from the mouth of the cave always smells of ether and disinfectant. There's a kind of comfort, though, Doctor, to living in this cave. It's so wonderfully private. No one can ever see me. It's hopeless, isn't it, Doctor? I'll never look any different.
That's hard to say. Up till now, you haven't responded to any of the medications or the shots or any of the proven techniques. Frankly, you've stumped us, Miss Tyler. Nothing we've done so far has made any difference at all. But we're hopeful of what this last treatment may have accomplished. There's no telling, of course, not till we get the bandages off. Unfortunately, your case is not one that can be handled by plastic surgery. Bone structure, flesh type, many factors prohibit that type of approach. Your 11th visit.
No more tries after this, are there? No more tries.
11 is the maximum number of experiments. No more are permitted beyond 11.
Now what?
Well, you're kind of jumping the gun this time. You may very well have responded to these last injections. There's simply no way of telling until we get the bandages off.
But if I haven't responded, then what?
Well, there are alternatives.
Like?
Don't you know?
I know.
You realize, of course, Miss Tyler, why these rules are in effect. Each of us is afforded as much opportunity as possible to fit in with society. In your case, think of the time and money and effort expended to make you look,
To make me look like what?
normal. The way you'd like it to look.
Doctor, may I walk outdoors? May I sit out on the lawn? Just for a little while. Just to smell the flowers, just to feel the air, well, to make believe, Doctor. To make believe that I am normal. I
I sit outside in the darkness and I know the whole world is dark. And we're a part of it that way. Not just some grotesque, ugly, deformed woman with a bandage around her face, with a special darkness that belongs to her. I want to belong. I want to be like other people. Please help me, Doctor. Please help me.
You're not alone, Miss. You do realize that, don't you? You're hardly alone. There are many others who share your misfortune. People who look much as you do. One of the alternatives, well, should the last treatment prove unsuccessful, is simply to allow you to move into a special area in which people of your kind have been congregated.
People of my own kind. Congregated, Doctor? You don't mean congregated. You mean segregated. You mean imprisoned. You're talking about a ghetto now. A ghetto designed for free.
Miss Tyler, the state is not unsympathetic. Your presence here in this hospital attests to this. We're doing all we can for you. But you're not being rational, Miss Tyler. You simply can't expect to live any kind of life amongst normal people.
But I could try. I could wear a mask or this bandage. I wouldn't bother anyone. I'd go my own way. I'd take a job. Any job. Who are you people anyways? What is this state? Who makes up all the rules and the statutes and the traditions? That people who are different have to stay away from the people who are normal. The state is not God, Doctor.
Miss Tyler, please.
The state is not God. It hasn't the right to penalize people for an accident of birth. It hasn't the right to make ugliness a crime.
Miss Tyler, I must ask you to stop this kind of talk immediately. Now, Miss Tyler, now.
I can feel the night out there. I can smell the flowers. I can feel the air. Please, take this off me. Please, take this off me.
Nurse.
Take this off me!
Nurse!
Take it off, please! I don't
Give her another
care.
sedative. Something to put her to sleep.
Take it off! No!
Is she asleep? Yes. The doctor's decided to remove her bandages. He wants to have the anesthesiologist stand by. Do we have to keep these masks on all the time? The policy is to wear them at all times. She's very contagious. You don't want to end up like her now, do you?
Absolutely not. Of course, it's not for me to say, but I think they spend an awful lot of time on some of these face cases, these throwbacks. Why not ship them out in the beginning?
Is that what you want, if it were you?
I'll tell the anesthesiologist he may be wanted for 307. She may get violent.
Leader speaking soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I shall talk to you about glorious conformity, about the delight and the ultimate pleasure of our unified society. You recall, of course, that directionless, unproductive, over-sentimentalized era of man's history, when it was assumed that dissent was some kind of natural and healthy adjunct to society. We also recall during this period of time there was a strange notion that it mattered not that people were different, that ideas were at variance with one another, and that a world could exist in some kind of crazy patchwork makeup with foreign elements glued together in a crazy quilt. We realize, of course, now that was wrong.
I must ask you once again, Miss Tyler. I must insist that you promise to remain rational. No tantrum, no temperament, and no violence. You understand? Nurse, it's time. Now, I'll tell you precisely what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the bandage at a point on the right side start to unwrap very slowly. The process has to be gradual so that you can become accustomed to the light. As you know, the injections may well have an effect on your vision. Now, as I unwrap, I want you to describe to me the different colors of the light that you see. I want you to keep your eyes open.
All right.
Now, if you make any movement, or if you start to get emotional on us, Miss Tyler, I'm going to ask the nurses to hold you down and have the anesthesiologist put you under sedation. Is that understood?
Promise won't.
All right. Do you see any light now, Miss Tyler?
Just a little. It looks great.
Just keep very quiet. Now, Miss Tyler?
It's bright. It's much brighter.
Good. Just up toward the light. How about now, Miss Tyler?
It's bright. It's very bright.
I'm at the last layer now, Miss Tyler.
I can just distinguish it outline. Just vaguely, but I can see.
Good. I'm about to unwrap the last layer. Now, do you want a mirror?
No. No thank you. No mirror.
Miss Tyler, I want you to remember something. Please. Miss Tyler, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
We have done all that we could. If we were successful, all well and good. There are no issues. If, however, this final treatment has not achieved the desired results, just remember that you can still live a long and fruitful life amongst people of your own kind. As soon as we discover these results, we'll either release you or...
Doctor,
Yes.
I'm still terribly ugly. Is there any other alternative? Should I be put away?
Under certain circumstances, Miss Tyler, the state does provide for the extermination of undesirables. There are many factors to be considered, however, that bear in on that consideration. Given your age, your general physical condition, I doubt very much that we could permit anything except your transfer to a communal group of people with your disability.
You'll make me go then.
Yes, that will probably be the case. All right, Miss Tyler. Just keep very quiet and keep your eyes. every sincerest good luck. No change! No change at all! Turn on the lights!
I tell you now, there is no such thing as a permissive society. A secret society cannot exist. We must not permit the encroachments and down the past. Stop! We must have all that is technical and advanced. It is essential in this society to have having something of that we follow. Differences weaken us, variations destroy us. The incredible permissive convenience is what is hand in nature. What can do their needs? Conformity is the key to survival.
Don't be afraid, Miss Tyler. This is a representative of the group you're to live with. Oddly enough, come right to him. Come on now. He won't hurt you. This is Mr. Smith, Janet. Walter Smith. He's in charge of the village group to the north. I'll take you there tonight. You can finally be among your own kind now.
Miss Tyler? We have a lovely village and wonderful people. I think you'll like it where I'm going to take you. You'll be among your own kind. After a little while, you'll be amazed how little while. You'll feel a great sense of belonging. Feel a sense of love. And you will be loved, Miss Tyler. Miss Tyler, would you get your things now? We can leave any time.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
how come some of us are born so ugly?
I don't know, Miss Tyler. I really don't know.
But you know something? Doesn't really matter. There's an old saying. Very old saying. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When we leave here, when we go to the village, I want you to keep that in mind. Or at least try. Say it over and over again in your mind. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Come on now, get your things.
Now, questions that come to mind. Where is this? And when is this? Where is a world where ugliness is the norm and beauty the deviation from that norm? You want an answer? The answer is, it doesn't make any difference. Because the old saying happens to be true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, this year or 100 years hence, on this planet, or wherever there is human life. Perhaps even out amongst the stars, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Lesson to be learned. In the Twilight Zone.